Hi, Merry Christmas. Just being silly for the moment. I thought I'd share a little holiday fun. Um, Here we are. Hi, Merry Christmas. Thought I'd be sharing a little holiday fun just for a moment, jingling my little bells. Anyway, welcome everyone to another Wednesday Wisdom. And see, I hope everyone is feeling settled and peaceful in the holiday spirit of light and love, that there is uh, healing of all stresses that may sometimes be put upon us or that we feel we are obligated to accomplish, whether it's the shopping or the baking and the cooking and the decorating or, on and on the list. I know for me, I've let go of a lot of those things over the years. Try to make fun parts of life all through the year. Uh, the Martha Stewart in me sometimes gets a little dormant, but once in a while wants to come out and play with decor and things like that. And usually not around a holiday, but just a feeling I have. So anyway, it's all good. I appreciate it all, and I love looking at the fun that people put around their houses and in their homes. And so I'm wishing everyone a most blessed season. Solstice is about breathing its way into our lives, and we get to be in that sacred place of realizing that in the appearance of dormancy, the light is reborn, and we are moving and building upon our greater and greater new opportunities to express that light. So, sending all the seasonal blessings your way. So, I thought today, let me just do this. I thought today I would share something that's just came up to my mind as far as the theme yesterday. And that is because I was having a journey when I was in a personal session with someone that when I came back to my conscious physical self, I realized that it wasn't the first time I'd had something like this. It's not happened very frequently, but it has happened before. And the experience is this. I find myself in those moments of the travel at times in different clothing in a different time, fully aware of myself related to this time and space that I live in. And it's interesting because what happens is that I'm somehow walking a street or being in some place where I'm recognizing that everything and everyone is not of my era, not in my culture sometimes, some other culture. But I know that, yes, I've journeyed where I see other cultures, but it's more current. I believe it to be more current and alive. But this last one was very seasonally interesting because I was sort of in what I thought of as a Dickens uh, part of England at the time. I was walking on a street and people were hustling and bustling and dressed beautifully. There were very few people, except for certain parts of the town, I think, that dressed shabbily because it was just an era of wearing your best for the holidays. And uh, people would nod at me. They saw me, which was, I thought, interesting. They saw me and nodded and smiled. Some would say Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas to you, and different greetings like this, but everyone was very friendly in that way. Um, I looked, what was I wearing? All the things I realized that of my clothing in that time was that I had a very deep blue, maybe similar to one of these shades of blue behind me here, velvet kind of coat that I was wrapped in all the way down to my feet from the collar down, and I had some kind of bonnet on my head tied. Uh, and it was when I came back I realized, oh, nobody then thought about earmuffs or things like that kept your ears warm in a cold, chilly, day. And although it wasn't snowy or cold in the way I would realize it from my days living in the Midwest in Chicago area, um, it was chilly and damp. And um, the other thing about that particular thing, and I think more so than other times, I was very heightened sense of smell. I came back into my consciousness with the realization or the memory from that experience of how odd the combination of smells were to me. It was early enough in the day that there was somebody putting out the lights on the street. Perhaps some days they would stay up longer because it was a darker season, how it is out here when the mornings where we live um, are darker, longer. So anyway, I had the smell of the lanterns. I had the smell of people baking and cooking things in the windows around me, coming wafting through. I had smells of various body odors, some of them not so pleasant, some of them perfumed, and let's just say it was a horse-drawn carriage kind of era. So there was those horsey smells as well. So it all sort of mixed into my whole experience. It was uh, both delightful and interesting. So I'm not sure always when I have that, if I fully integrate the purpose of that, or if I have a deeper message. Sometimes that gets revealed and I will hear it or have that brought into a meditation. But I sure do enjoy the opportunity to time travel and to play in other parts of the world without having to, do the jet plane kind of thing. I get to do if only every day I could do that, like the genie in the bottle, blink and there I am somewhere. But maybe that skill is going to be brought into my repertoire. Who knows? Right now, no, it hasn't shown up like that. Um, so I'm feeling the energy of the spirit with me. So I'm going to mm, leave this awareness and enjoy. Thank you. Joy, 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 joy. Greetings, my beloved friends. I am Jophiel, Archangel, as some think of the presence I bring. I am here to remind you of the simplicity and the divine acknowledgement of who you are as you express joy to the world. It is not that the angels sing that only. That is your job, you could say, to bring that joy into your own possibility and to let that shine. For today, this now moment in your life, there are perhaps mental, emotional aspects of being that feel incapable of tapping into that joy at will. Perhaps even tapping into a memory of moments of joy. But here I am to say, decree it so, breathe it so, sing it loud to your own self and to all that will hear. Joy to the world, for I am the light, and here I am with you. You are this joy. Joy is unique in its experience and its expression beyond what is called happiness. It is sort of happiness multiplied, 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 because it is not an experience of feeling a happiness around a circumstance or an engagement with something or someone. Those are grand moments, and whatever happiness you have in memory and in moments that occur, so be it, and let it be joyful. For when you embrace the happiness, you embrace the expansiveness of that, and it becomes wild. It becomes loud. It becomes full. The joy is more than a moment of happiness. It is a life you live with purpose and with intention, to be in celebration and gratitude for the gifts that have already been given, that are continuously given. And yes, it is a season that so many have written and transmit these stories about the angels singing joy, and for a reason, as some call it, for the season. And it is beyond the birth of a boy, child, who has been named Yeshua, Jesus. It is that represents the gift that comes at this time of year, of light beginning to be fully brought forth. And of yes, let us celebrate that there can be within that outward a whole equality of being inward to the space of your own light, where you are in the gestation, like in the winter months that you experience them, in the cold and chilly that happens in at least part of the world at this time. It is the part which reminds us that this timing is both inward sacred and outward joyful for it. That joy is brought through the birth of light in a Christ, in the light in you, in the light on the planet you live in. All of that is a possibility. So do not think that you may not acknowledge sadness, grief, and confusions, but let yourself not dwell in that so much that you have forgotten that you can also carry the joy, which is a healing presence for that grief, confusion, and sadness, anger, rebellion, wherever that lives in you. We do not disacknowledge these things. Joy doesn't mean forget the difficulties and challenges of your humanness and of the third dimensional frequencies of dense life. But as you bring joy to those moments with the presence of this earthly planet and all cosmic dwelling spaces of love, all of this is expanded and reaches its ascended consciousness. So as you celebrate, you don't need to reason for it in an external way, but that you are a resource of joy for your consciousness here, for the consciousness of life everywhere. And so, how will you bring joy when you feel that your joy is dimmed? You bring joy because you say to the self, where I am dim, it is my illusion, and I celebrate that in this I cannot know fully, but I trust. Light lives in me, as me. That in every breath there is light. In every breath there is possibility. In every breath there is a hope that this will be transmuted. And in the golden light, your joy will find its way to be expressed. Even if you are expressing your grief with the vulnerable authenticity to share it, there is an embracing of others around you of that, which can contribute itself unto your own healing and a remembrance of the joys that you have known, the joys yet to come, but the joys ever present. This is our blessing with you this day, to remember and realize that you, the light, the love, the spark, the infinite flaming, blazing light that you are, is the reason for this season. For you and all those beings that have come before you that represent the sharing of the divine, birthing on earth, are with you, are one in you. Joy to the world. And I say, if you stuck this with me without the hearing of all of this, I apologize. And I realize that sometimes these technical things just get beyond me and my estate, especially as I'm expanding. I sort of forget to click buttons or do things like that. So if this didn't come through with the voice until this now moment, I again give you my great apologies, but I have some good news. At the beginning of this, the moment that I needed to become clear, I took out my handy recorder, voice recorder. So anyway, it's all here, and I'm grateful. So what will I say now to conclude? Oh, I will say this. I shared my little silly tree ornament on my head. I'm going to share this. Wait, oh, big head. It's my pinguini. My little pinguino. I get to only wear these things, it seems, for such a few short days, and I wanted to celebrate that today. So the reminder is that we have a Saturday Zoom play shop coming at the end of the month, and I think it's the 30th of this month. And I'm not in a state that I remember the details, but we'll send reminders for anybody who wants to know of that. Check in with us and we'll get you that information if you need it. I still, coming back to a focus, it's not always easy for me to be fully grounded in my mental body aligned. Let's see. I think that's all I'm going to say about all these things.
See if they want to ask you any questions.
Since I have a few more moments available and you're still with me, if you want to ask questions, go right ahead and put that in your comment, and Daryl will supervise that. Get back to me if I need that, if I need to know or respond. And let's see. I wish I could say that I could share Christmas cookies with everyone. I don't know that I'm going to bake any this year. I did last year for the first time in years. I made many, many different kinds, and they were wonderful. I don't know if I have the stamina to do all that, but I wanted to. It's a tradition that I remembered from childhood, and I reignite it every now and then to make multiple wonderful varieties and then share them with everyone. So this is my Christmas cookie to you. Is it chewy? Is it soft and crumbly? Whatever you want it to be, I'm going to give that. Let's see. All right. I think I'm going to wrap it up. I think I am whole, complete, and I wish you all the same. Merry, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, all that you celebrate. I love it that I get to be part of your life and that you are in mine. Thank you. Namaste.